Hello everyone, really good to be with you again. We'll get to this photo in a moment. This photo blew my socks off. This is unbelievable. First, I want to thank all the loyal fans, who've been here from the beginning and always post comments of support. That's so nice of you guys. And the new fans as well, and everyone else. Why not? Everyone else as well. Now, in this video, we are going to just look at this photo. This photo tells a huge story. What is wrong with this photo? What's wrong with it? Well, there's a few things. This man, he's sitting here. It's a doorway. You have this kind of huge thing here. It's actually Baalbek. That's what it is. It's Baalbek. And you look at the height of this man. To me, he looks about 6 feet tall at least. But if you stood him up here, down here, he would be about, he would come up to about there, which would make the door about 8 or 9 feet tall as it is. But do you see something? It's been filled in. It was once bigger. It was bigger than this. And this rock here, it's got these sort of reverse nubs, even down there. We don't know what they were, possibly for lifting or for something else, or for holding the mold in place. I think this was poured. You look at this rock up here, I think it was clearly poured rock. But anyway, this door was filled in. Now, I'm not sure about that stone, but they made a larger doorway smaller. So they made a 12-foot doorway. They turned that into a 9-foot doorway because it was getting too big for the size of whatever wood they had. And if you look at the type of construction, the megalithic construction, that they used, I'm not sure, some kind of rubble or something, but it's done in the megalithic style, very large blocks. The Romans didn't build like this. They tended to use bricks. So what's going on? Well, this is the evolution of people, from Cro Magnon to modern man, getting shorter and shorter. It starts out as an ancient, deeply ancient thing. They said this was built by the Romans. No. The Romans were kind of short, terrified of Germanics. They wouldn't then carve out a doorway in later ages for a 12-foot being and then convert it into a doorway for a 9-foot being. No, we're talking Cro Magnons. There's no other explanation. We're looking at something built by the Cro Magnons. The Cro Magnons, they were smarter than us. They were taller than us. They lived. They were real. Okay, so I just had to change the battery pack. So I'll be stitching these together. Now just look at this. It's unbelievable. Now, the Cro Magnons, they had large brains. According to this, it might not be accurate. At least 20 cc bigger than modern man. Modern man has a smaller brain and is much shorter. As for Neanderthals, that's a weird type of evil genius with those primitive features, lack of frontal lobe, but instead you've got this huge, all the primitive parts are expanded, so you wouldn't want to mess with a Neanderthal, no way. No, I think that phrenologically that's bad, but we look at this again, this is unbelievable. Just unbelievable. So what can we deduce? Well, this tells us that what they are saying about Baalbek is wrong. They are saying it's built by the Romans, etc., etc. No. Because the Romans would not build a primitive looking doorway 12 foot tall, right? And then a later race wouldn't build this 9-foot doorway to accommodate some smaller being. No, this tells us that this was laid by Cro Magnons, very tall people, who then cut out a doorway for themselves, who altered the structure. They completely altered the intention of the original designers to cut out a huge doorway, and then the people shrank. So we went from 10-foot high people to 8-foot high people to 6-foot high people. And if we actually look at the spread of Cro Magnons into the Baalbek area, this is from Wikipedia. So I'm going to zoom into that. So essentially 35, 32, etc. Now, this is assuming the Cro Magnons evolved somewhere down here and they spread. Wrong. Look, 37,000 years before present, they were living in both Egypt and Lebanon. And we see, if you've seen my earlier video on Baalbek, it's the same stuff as Giza. It's the same sort of poured concrete which has become stone as at Baalbek. And look, they were living basically in the same civilization 37,000 years ago. And it shows the spread into Europe as if they'd only just discovered the Earth and were spreading out. But actually they didn't go up here because this was ice. And only a few of them went up here anyway. There was nothing to do here. This was for hunting, essentially. As for the spread here, they could have destroyed another civilization as they went. It's not like they just suddenly discovered the Earth or something like that. They were there. So the question is Baalbek 37,000 years old? Because you have to take into account that doorway and basically mankind getting smaller and smaller. Thanks very much for watching.